we are going to discuss the clusterfuck that was last night. Because, as everyone may know, Camila has officially left the group. And honestly, don't get me wrong, like, a lot of people are like, oh, you should have saw it coming. It's not that we didn't see it coming, it's just the fact that, like, I knew it was going to happen with one of them, or her in general, but I thought it'd be, like, maybe another year, maybe one more album or so. But, like, I feel like they were just getting to the peak of their career, and, like, they were doing so well, and then for her to kind of just, to leave. And, I mean, at the end of the day, you really don't know the full story. You don't know what happens behind closed doors. You don't know how she was being treated. You don't know how the girls are being treated. You don't know what party. At the end of the day, you really, as fans, you're not going to know what the truth is. You're only going to make assumptions. The only people who are going to know the truth are pretty much those 5 girls, and that is it. Those 5 girls are the only ones who will know the truth of why she decided to leave, or why she was forced to leave, whatever the case may be. But, I mean, you can kind of see it coming, because, I mean, she's been posting some, you know, really sad and deep emotional type shit lately, and you're like, well, what's going on? Like, for some people, you would think she was going through something, so obviously they must have known. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm leaving the group. You're in a contract. You can't do that. So, and a lot of people are bitching and complaining that, oh, she did this and that. It's like, that's not the case. Because if she was just to leave, then she would be sued and have to pay out of it. It'd be a big mess. So she would have to tell the girls that she was leaving. So obviously the conversation was there that, oh, I think I want to leave the group. Maybe the contract was up, some people were saying. You know, you don't really know. But from what I've seen, like, people posting, like, I know I watched, I think it was a Snapchat? It was Snapchat. Down to Snapchat, Normani looked kind of sad, like they were comforting her for whatever reason, and obviously now that reason has come to pass. It's because she was leaving. That's going to be their last performance together as all 5 of them. You know, that's people that you've been with for like 4.5 years, and that's a bond that, you know, you build up regardless of all the bullshit that's happened. That's a bond. Like, that's a friendship. Those are, like, that's it. Now, obviously friendships have their rough patches, but like, that's gonna hit hard. And honestly, I feel like I feel like with them writing the note out to everybody, I feel like it was kind of stupid. The note that they wrote, and I feel like they were throwing jabs at her. I feel like they were almost blaming her for taking care of herself. Because at the end of the day, if she was not happy with what they were doing, or if she wasn't happy, or she wasn't fulfilled with what they were producing and putting out there, on top of all of the hate that she was getting, and, like, don't get me wrong, each girl gets their own individual hate, but between her and Normani, those two get the most freaking hate out of the whole group. The only difference is Normani, she left, she recollected herself, and, you know, whatever. Camila just didn't even acknowledge it. She still was nice to everybody. She didn't acknowledge it. She didn't respond to it. But she got a lot of hate. And then, you know, you had people threatening her life. Oh, to go get raped, to go die, to get deported. It's just like, their main fan base is going to be young adults and teens. My thing is, you are some cruel ass fucking kids. Like, who the hell raised you to be that nasty to people in general, especially people you don't even know, especially people that you claim to like and they're your idols, and then you love them so much, but yet you're treating them as if they're like the fucking plague of the earth. That's like saying a normal person getting bullied and you're just gonna sit back and watch it, which it happens. A normal person getting bullied, getting their life threatened, saying this, saying that, calling them all these names, and then sometimes it ends in suicide. Sometimes that happens. And for someone who's dealt with stuff like that, and someone who deals with depression on a daily basis, it really pisses me off that people don't see that. Because, you don't know what she's going through. She deals with the anxiety. You don't know, she could deal with depression. And sometimes, you could push that way too far, to the point where, what if she was to kill herself? What if she was to do something that drastic? Because of all the fans being that cruel. Same thing with any of the girls in the group. Like, you don't know exactly what they're going through. So for people to say things like that, it hurts me, because for someone who deals with that on a daily basis and seeing it happen to somebody that they don't even know, it kind of hurts because it's at the end of the day, you don't even fucking care about someone else's well-being. Like, we're all humans. Everybody makes mistakes. Everyone does shit that they regret. Everyone does it. You know, you can't be held accountable for wanting to follow your dreams and wanting to be happy and to take care of yourself. Okay, sometimes you have to be a little selfish for yourself. Granted, yes, I'm upset. I'm a little heartbroken that this happened so soon. I thought it was going to be later. But at the end of the day, if it means her being healthy and happy, that's all that matters. And as fans, you guys should, you know, be okay with that. You should be all for it. Now she's finally commented on it. She wrote out a paragraph that I read. And from what it seems like she was not aware, because she said that she didn't know that they were going to post that. And that would explain why she didn't respond so fast. Obviously, they wanted to go and do their solo career. She wanted to do her solo career. It didn't seem like she wanted to do it and go off yet. It seemed like she still wanted to be a part of Fifth Harmony, but just do the side thing like the rest of them have been doing. And I guess their management just wasn't having it. They said, no, fuck you, get the fuck out. And it seems like she got fired. That's where I'm sitting at, and I don't know how to feel. And then now a video has surfaced of Lauren crying about the management basically treating them like slaves, and just they're doing all this work and not getting anything in return. And it kind of broke my heart a little bit to hear it, because it's kind of hard seeing it's like an artist you like get emotional and sad. And honestly, at this point, I feel like if they're being treated like shit by their management, then they shouldn't even be in a group anymore. At that point, it doesn't seem like any of them are happy. And it seemed like they all got blindsided by this, and all of a sudden, basically, they had no say in the matter of whether or not Camila could stay in the group or not. And I feel like it's slowly just going to dissipate. I feel like the dynamic's not going to be there, especially if they didn't know, or especially that they can't even say anything. Like, none of the girls have commented on it. But a lot of people are saying it's because it's the contract they're in. I don't know. What I do know is that if her contract was up and they said get the fuck out, or they just told her, so they fired her, that's a little fucked up. Because obviously it doesn't seem like the other girls wanted that to happen, because, you know, Dinah liked her post that she wrote, and then Lauren's dad liked it. So at the end of the day, you kind of have to wonder, all right, who's telling the truth, who's not. But then again, why would any of the girls have a reason to lie? Why would she have a reason to lie? Like, from my thing is the post that was posted on the Fifth Harmony account just seemed so insincere. It doesn't seem like something that all of the girls would write out, to be quite honest. It didn't seem, what's the word I'm looking for? It didn't seem like it was sincere enough. And I feel like if it was really them writing that, then it would have been way more sincere and more like, hey, good luck on it, blah, blah, blah. But no, it was really like, it was too businessy and too formal. Like, the girls that didn't even really post it, I feel like they were either given something to write, they were told what to write, or the management wrote it for them, and they're like, all right, sign your name, call it a day. That's how I feel about it. Because when I read it, I was like, that doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like something they would say. If the management is treating them all shitty, I feel like Camila's lucky for getting out now. But you can tell that she's upset, that she's leaving, she's sad. Like, come on, like, that's like 4 of her best friends that basically she just got kicked out of the group. And then at the end of the day, you kind of want to know how they all feel about it, but none of them have released a statement besides her, and you kind of wonder if they're even allowed to, or if they can, or if they're going to be dictated on what they can and cannot say. But at the end of the day, I feel like I've seen the free Fifth Harmony on Twitter, and honestly, I feel like either way, I feel like there's no way they're going to get out of that contract unless they buy their way out, or unless another record company picks them up and buys them out for them. But you have this group that has helped a lot of people. You know, me, even though they're all younger than me, apart from Allie, me and Allie are the same age. But the rest of them are all younger than me. But I like the group dynamic and the way they talk, the way they hold themselves up, and they perceive themselves. Their persona is like more mature. And, you know, for someone like me who, you know, you have a lot of their followers and fans who they deal with a lot of issues like depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, any type of mental illness, and and that's not even just with them, it's for any artist in any group. A lot of times you have these groups, they kind of pull you through it, and it's not even if they even know you exist, it's just the fact that you can watch their videos and interviews, and they're just their dynamic, and it makes you happy for a little bit, it makes you forget about everything. That's kind of what they did for me, especially through all my bullshit that I've been going through. They've been that like escape and that rock for me, even though they have no clue who the hell I am. And it's kind of sad to see that they're getting treated like shit, and then you have a lot of fans who aren't even really fans. They say they're fans, but then they're celebrating this whole thing and still blaming Camila and still saying, oh, she's looking for attention, she's trying to be the victim. And my thing is, I don't think so. I think there's a lot more going on than what they're obviously letting out to the public, and honestly, we probably will never know. But you can only be supportive of them all, and hopefully everything gets better for them, and hopefully they can figure out, hopefully their contract's almost up so they can kind of do what they want. I'd rather them fucking just do their old independent shit and be independent and do it. But, don't hate anybody except for their management. Hate their management. Don't hate the girls. Don't be mad at them. Don't be upset. Maybe soon somebody will release a statement, but we're really not going to find out until that happens. So, honestly, it's a tough time for the fandom. And I kind of just want to speak out about it because it kind of hit home. Like, it kind of broke my heart a little bit when I saw that happen, and I was confused. But then now that she released her statement, you kind of understand a little bit more that there's a lot more going on than what's being perceived. Because why would they like her posts if it wasn't true? And obviously they knew, because they were all acting sad, and you can see that they all knew. Hopefully we'll find out the truth, and hopefully they can get better management, because obviously their fucking management sucks. I feel for those girls. I feel bad. Hopefully they can start doing more of what they love and getting something back from it. Because at this point, it doesn't even seem like it's fun anymore. It just seems like it's just a fucking dead-end job. And that's when it gets bad. When something that you love to do becomes a job and you don't even want to do it anymore, that's when you really got to reevaluate some things. So, hopefully that all comes together. I hope they fight through it and get through it, everything. I support all of them no matter what. So, can't wait to hear what comes next. Honestly, if that means them breaking up, then that means them breaking up. But, because it doesn't even seem like they're happy anymore. And that's more important. Happiness and, your own well-being is more important. So, I don't know. As fans, I think you should just support. And that's really all I got to say about it. So, I'm just going to stay out here sitting down and talk to myself into a camera in a truck stop. And people will probably hear me and think I'm crazy. But, so, hope you guys enjoyed this, my point and my view on everything. That's my opinion on everything. And if you haven't read Camila's post yet, I'll get a picture and post it in a link of it in the description so you can check it out. Honestly, I think she handled it very well. She's very mature about it. She basically called them out and said that wasn't true. The girls knew. So, because she could have reacted in a different way. Honestly, any of them could. So, I think she reacted in a proper way, in a mature way. And I think now she's just kind of hurt because she didn't even know she got kicked out. She got fired from a group that's been her whole life pretty much. So I think this is the time to be there for her especially, and for all the 4 girls, because they're probably feeling it just as much. But yep, that's all I got. That's my opinion. If you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. And yeah, just support, guys. Till the next time.